What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here at the Wraparound. We're going to be breaking down the NHL action going down on Sunday, February 23rd, 2025. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Smash that thumbs up. If you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to Pickdawgz.com. Click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. It's a great day to do so because we have, a lot of action on the board. For me personally, I got my $15 college hoops play of the day. It's on a 9-3 run in the last 12. Also got a Sunday Stack 5-pack where it's got that play of the day, another college hoops play, 2 NBA plays, and an NHL play. My best 5 plays across the board. So I'm ready to get you guys paid, finish the week strong. So make sure you check that out. Use the promo code PICK at checkout, 15% off your purchase. And we're here to talk about a 10-game NHL card. It's a little bit tricky. This is a tough card today. We're going to talk through it. A lot of teams on a back-to-back, some teams that aren't. So without further ado, let's not wait any longer. You guys know the drill. Are you ready? I'm ready. Let's get into it. Our first game comes to us from the Capital One Arena where the Washington Capitals take on the Edmonton Oilers. And this is still a decent Edmonton Oilers team, but it's one that didn't show up in their first matchup back from the Four Nations break. They got crushed 6-3 at the hands of the Philadelphia Flyers. And like I said, it just was not a good look for Edmonton. They had a first period lead, but then gave up 4 in the second, and Philly just really didn't look back. And now you probably see Calvin Pickard in net here for Edmonton. I've never really been much of a Calvin Pickard fan. Washington, on the other hand, started Logan Thompson and routed the Penguins 8-3. I stand by my sentiment that I feel like the Washington Capitals have one of the more underrated goaltending tandems in the NHL in Logan Thompson, and who likely gets to start here, Charlie Lindgren. And I think that the Washington Capitals have some value here. They're catching even or even slight plus money at home. And I'd make the case that the Washington Capitals are the better team here. So I'm going to take the Washington Capitals on the money line in this one. Now we head to PPG Paints Arena for a matchup between the Pittsburgh Penguins and the New York Rangers. And this is a rare instance of where you have two teams that are both on a back-to-back. That's not what's rare here, but both these teams got blown out. And when we saw both teams get blown out, we just talked about how the Pittsburgh Pirates, I'm already in baseball mode. Pittsburgh Penguins got crushed by the Washington Capitals. Didn't mention how the New York Rangers got crushed by the Buffalo Sabres. Both these teams gave up 8 goals on Saturday, and both teams used their goaltenders. So normally when I see teams on a back-to-back in a normal circumstance where you have a fresh backup goalie here, I can favor the goaltenders here because they're fresh against guys that have a bunch of tired legs. But with both teams starting both goaltenders yesterday, I think there's tired legs across the board, and I think that's going to result in some sloppy defensive play and a lot of goals in this game. So I'm going to roll with the over here. I think this is going to be a bit of an offensive firefight between these two teams. The arena for a matchup between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Seattle Kraken. And I'll admit I was wrong on Seattle. They came out, they took care of business against the Florida Panthers, won that game 2-1, and like I said, looked really stout defensively while doing it. But now you go from your starting goaltender in Joey Daccord for the Seattle Kraken to now, probably having to see Philip Grubauer here for Seattle, for whom me is a step down, and you take on a Tampa Bay team that could be a little bit rusty, because they haven't seen the ice. They're one of the few teams that didn't see the ice on Saturday, but a team that entered the break hot with 4 straight wins. This is a Tampa Bay team that always plays their much better hockey at home to begin with, where they're 18-7-2 this season. I'm going to take the Lightning to win this one in regulation, as well as put something on the Lightning puck line. The homestand for the Tampa Bay Lightning, when they beat Ottawa in back-to-back games, they won those games 5-1 and 4-3. The last 3 games going into the break, even on the road, were all puck line covers for Tampa. So give me Tampa Bay in regulation and on the puck line. Now we had the Little Caesars Arena for a matchup between the Detroit Red Wings and the Anaheim Ducks. And 2 teams I was on yesterday, but only one of these 2 teams came through, and you might not guess it, but it was the Anaheim Ducks who continue to roll. 4 straight wins, they've won 7 of their last 8, and they're doing it with great goaltending. Now normally I don't love backing teams that are winning games, winning low scoring games with a lack of offense, but I'll tell you, the defense has been outstanding for Anaheim. They just beat Boston 3-2 on the road. And you got to remember, they bookended the Four Nations break with a road win in LA, in probably the toughest road environment in the NHL this season. Detroit has been much better at home this season. They're 15-12-3 at home, but they also bookended the Four Nations break with losses at home to Tampa Bay and Minnesota. And while Tampa Bay and Minnesota season long are going to be better than the Anaheim Ducks, this is a Detroit team that at times has been known to run hot and cold. So I'm going to take a shot here. Maybe strike while the iron's hot one more time with the Anaheim Ducks. Take Anaheim here plus 1.5 and on the money line as well. Now we head to the Bridgestone Arena for a matchup between the New Jersey Devils and the Nashville Predators. And I got to do this. I have to do this. I'm going to take the Nashville Predators. I've been a heavy critic of Nashville this season. I have not been a fan of this team. I thought this team has been one of the most disappointing teams in the NHL this season. I think I stand by that sentiment. But the fact of the matter is that historically between these two teams, the Nashville Predators have owned the New Jersey Devils. New Jersey just 2-9 in the last 11 meetings between these two teams, and 1-4 in their last 5 trips to Nashville. And that's with a matchup where the home team has dominated. The road team has dominated, winning 12 of the last 17 meetings. So for me, that just says that Nashville owns the New Jersey Devils, and Nashville bookended the Four Nations break, by beating the Buffalo Sabres before the break, but now they came back with a 2-1 win over a really good Colorado Avalanche team. New Jersey just took one on the chin against Dallas, and I don't like this goaltending situation for New Jersey with Jake Allen and what looks to be potentially Nico Dawes as the goalie for the goalie tandem for the New Jersey Devils going forward. So I'm going to take the Nashville Predators in this one. It's a lean, but as bad as the Predators have been, they've been exceptionally bad on the road. At home this season, they actually do have a winning record. So I'll lean towards the Predators on the money line in this one. Now we head to the Enterprise Center where the St. Louis Blues take on the Colorado Avalanche. And I kind of flip-flopped on this game because it's probably going to be Jordan Binnington now after it was Joel Hofer in the first half of the back-to-back when the Blues took on the Jets on Saturday. Lost that game 4-3 in a shootout. While Colorado were talking about the Avalanche coming off a disappointing showing in their loss to Nashville to start the second half. But I think that between these two teams, I just trust Colorado to be more consistent and to bounce back a lot easier than I trust St. Louis. The problem with St. Louis is that they are consistently inconsistent, but usually when they are consistent, they're sliding. And you look at their last 9 games surrounding the Four Nations break, the first game on Saturday and the 8 games before the break. This was a St. Louis Blues team that scored 3 goals or less in 8 of the 9 games, and 2 goals or less in 7 of them. So I just don't trust St. Louis offensively right now. I think that Colorado goes into St. Louis, gets the job done. I'm going to lean towards the Avalanche on the money line in this one. Now we head to the United Center where the Chicago Blackhawks take on the Toronto Maple Leafs. And, the Chicago Blackhawks, they're coming off a loss in a tricky spot against the Columbus Blue Jackets. And it's just a bad spot for the Chicago Blackhawks. They are back home where they have played their better hockey this season. They're only 6-18-4 on the road, 11-14-3 at home. But now they take on a Toronto Maple Leafs team that's got some confidence. They routed Carolina on Saturday. And while Toronto has been less effective on the road this season, they've still got a winning record of 14-9-2. And Toronto snapped their 3-game losing streak against the Blackhawks with a 4-1 win in Toronto earlier this season. You'll likely see Joseph Woll for Toronto here in goal, who is technically their number one. And Chicago probably sending out Arvid Soderblom here, who I've never been a fan of, and is pretty much an auto-fade goaltender for me at all costs. So give me the Toronto Maple Leafs to win this one in regulation, or you might put someone on the Toronto puck line as well. Now we head to the UBS Arena for a match between the New York Islanders and the Dallas Stars. And the New York Islanders, one of the few teams that did not see the ice on Saturday, so they could be rested here. But I think this is an instance where rest could equal rust, because even on a back-to-back, I think the Dallas Stars are one of the most balanced teams in the NHL. They have a lot going right for them. There's a lot that they do very, very well. They've won back-to-back games, 7 of their last 9. And Dallas is still a decent road team at 16-11-1 on the year. They're better at home with 20 wins and 28 home games. But still, it seems like this team can pretty much win anywhere. And you saw Casey DeSmith, the backup in goal for Dallas, in the win over New Jersey on Saturday. You likely see Jake Ottinger, the number one in goal here. I just think this is going to be a tough matchup for the New York Islanders to break down. I'm going to take the Dallas Stars on the money line in this one. Now we head to the Delta Center for a matchup between the Utah Hockey Club and the Vancouver Canucks. And Utah, coming off of that tough 5-3 loss to LA. Vancouver took one on the chin 3-1 against the Vegas Golden Knights. But the difference for me is that I don't feel like laying this kind of price with a Utah team that hasn't played their best hockey at home this season. These are both teams that played their best hockey on the road. And Utah 9-12-6 at home this season, a 33% win percentage. And you want me to lay juice with that with the Utah Hockey Club? Not happening. The Vancouver Canucks have had issues of their own. They still have goal scoring issues. They've scored 3 goals or less in 7 straight and 9 of their last 10 surrounding the Four Nations face-off break. But I still think Vancouver 15-9-4 on the road this season. They've won 3 of their last 5 road games. I think they can go into Utah here and take care of business. I just like the price that we're getting with the Vancouver Canucks on the road between two, like I said, road dominant teams that play their best hockey away from home. So give me the Canucks in a lean on the money line in this one. Our final game on Sunday's card takes us to the Scotiabank Saddledome, where the Calgary Flames take on the San Jose Sharks, 2 teams that both did not see the ice. So this is the lone matchup where both teams are fresh and haven't been on the ice or haven't played a game since the Four Nations face-off. But that being said, the Calgary Flames are the better team, and they play their better hockey at home. But I also don't want to lay this team with a team that's got offensive issues, that scored 3 goals or less in 5 straight and 7 of 8. They've lost 6 of their last 8 games going into the break, and that includes losses in 5 of their last 6 home games. The San Jose Sharks are far from a world beater. They've lost 4 straight, 9 of 10, and a lot of times they were giving up a ton of goals. They've given up at least 4 goals in 8 of their last 10 games. But it just takes one bounce to, throw the matchup on its head. And, even if this is one that, you don't put anything on, you don't put a little, you don't put anything but a small amount on, I think it's just worth a shot taking the Sharks here. I just don't think that the Calgary Flames should be laying this kind of hefty price. I get why they're the favorite here, and I'm not disagreeing that they should be the favorite here at home. But I just, like I said, it's a fade of the price with Calgary more than anything else for me here. I'm going to lean towards the Sharks plus the 1.5 and on the money line as well. That's it. That's all the NHL action for Sunday, February 23rd, 2025. Just a reminder, again, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel. Smash that thumbs up. Let me know your NHL picks in the comment section below. And if you're looking for my best bets, including my daily $15 best bet, head to pickdawgz.com, click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page, and remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys soon.